The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
Hello, my internet fans. Don't adjust your volume. I do sound a little bit like garbage. It's allergy season in Tennessee, and well, they hit me pretty doggone good. So I'm a little stuffed up, but hey, I'm still doing the show. We're back after a little thank you. And of course, my partner in crime here, Dori Lou, is back in the sports bar as well.
Hello, everyone.
And we've got lots of news to talk about. We're going to do a WrestleMania wrap-up. We're going to talk about baseball. We're going to talk about tennis. We're going to talk about NASCAR. We're going to talk about the XFL. We're going to talk about hockey. We're going to talk about golf. We're going to talk about everything and try and pack it into about 90 minutes. What's up, Aaron? How you doing, brother? Hello, Ryan Dempsey. Welcome to the chat. We got Fluffy Madden God, also known as the Fantasy God, the fantasy greatest of all time, rocking the Super Mario shirt. If you haven't gone out and seen the Super Mario movie, go out and see it. And, of course, rocking the Cody Rhodes American Nightmare shirt. The Cleveland combatant is in the sports bar. How was your Easter, Josh?
Busy. I took a good long nap on Easter Sunday.
Those are always nice.
Between Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I sang about 6 hours of liturgy. I was tired.
Well, let's just hope it wasn't a 3-day nap.
No.
Although the last guy to wake up from a 3-day nap, look where he is at this time in the world. So, hey. I'm going to hell for that one. I'm going to hell for that one. I'm sorry, big guy. Don't strike me down during the middle of a show. Anyway,
Can we not offend the almighty freaking 10 minutes into the show? Thank you.
And we're Jeff on this one, please. Where's Noah when I need him?
He loves us all. Let's go ahead and wrap up WrestleMania week because we didn't get a chance to do it last week. Of course, we talked about it. We knew it. We had an inkling it was going to happen. Roman Reigns defeated Cody in night 2 of WrestleMania. They're going with the 1,000-day reign more than likely. Zach and Dori, you both had rants planned for this, so I'm going to open up the floor to both of you first. Who wants to go first?
Ladies first.
Well,
go ahead, Dori.
I'm not sure it's necessarily a full-on rant, and I'm not going to get foul or angry or anything.
Save that for Zach.
There we go. Let me say with a little bit, I got upset with my household because I ended up missing the match I really wanted to watch, which was Bianca Belair. I really wanted to see that match because she has become one of my favorite female wrestlers. I think she's awesome. But that's due to stuff going on in my household. Nobody else's fault. I'm happy that she retained, and we'll just leave it at that. How's that? As somebody else says, you can't have spell WrestleMania without the EST. Roman and Cody. I kind of predicted, I was really hoping for Cody to win this one, but with all the marketing stuff for the 1,000-day reign, I understand it. I still disagree with it, and so did, from what I recall, the majority of the fans. We all wanted Cody. WWE, you need to listen to your fans a little bit. On with the show.
All right, Zach, go ahead.
Where do you even want me to start? I mean,
We got to have a little bit of patience. Just a little. Maybe there's a brighter light at the end of the tunnel, or maybe we're just stuck until the end of the world and WrestleMania 41 comes around and then he'll lose the title to someone else who's already a champion in a different company, but that's a different story. Night one of WrestleMania was just utter beautifulness. Night two was more of a Vince McMahon catastrophe. And poor Shane McMahon. Oh. But we got to be patient. We just got to be patient. But I know we can agree on one thing. Vince McMahon cannot be trusted. Just point blank honest. If Vince McMahon had his way, we'll be 85 years old with walkers and in wheelchairs and looking at the sunlight like it's a beautiful day before Roman ever loses the title. But, you know, I don't know. Just patience. I guess we'll see what happens next.
Patience, young Padawan, once said by Obi-Wan. Yes, be patient, friends. Like we've said on this channel many times, trust the process. We know as a fact that WWE isn't going anywhere. Triple H said that on Raw the next night. He assured us that everything is going to stay the same. Was it a little bit surprising to see that Cody and Brock were going to team up? And then, of course, Brock decided to do what he would. Brock, let's face it, Brock does whatever he wants. And now I'm actually kind of looking forward to this match at Backlash between Brock and Cody. I want to see Cody, Brock like Roman, just minus the belt. But overall, I mean, let's see. From the control room, I can't speak for the 4/3/23 Raw, but Hunter made it clear at the Night 2 press conference that he booked the entirety of WrestleMania, so it's on him, the good and the bad. There you go. So Triple H did that. Like I said, just trust the process, have patience, and things will work out. Daniel is upset because there's more money in Walter/Gunther as 1,000-day Intercontinental Champion with a 1,000-day Undisputed Universal Championship run. I can agree with that stat, but I would think that because the Intercontinental title is a secondary title, I mean, it's the stepping stone to the main title, I would want to see Gunther just go to 500 and stop. I don't know if a 1,000-day Intercontinental title run would work. And Gunther himself has said on the bump, it doesn't matter about numbers. It doesn't matter about the stats. He doesn't really focus on that. So it's okay if the 400 honky tonk meter day title reign gets broken, because that wasn't comedy. Okay, Gunther is putting some polish on a title, and he's making it mean something. I said a few months ago. All right. Oh, yes. Thank you, Renegade. This channel is now monetized. So please, if you want to get our attention and have us talk about something, please do a super chat and we will acknowledge you immediately. So, yes. I said a few months ago, or maybe even last year, that I believed that the tag titles, the women's tag titles, didn't mean a thing. I cannot say that about the IC title because Gunther is making that title worth something now. The match was excellent with Sheamus and Drew. It was a very good match at that point. So, moving on, let's switch. Yes, Josh, go ahead.
I was just going to have a couple little comments here.
Go ahead.
See, thing is, Well, I was furious the night it happened that Roman beat Cody, not only because I lost $100 to Virtue.
Whoa, $100,
You didn't know
dude!
about that bet?
No, $100.
Yeah, Virtue and I each put $100 on Roman versus Cody.
Dude, that takes gentleman's bet to a whole new level. A friendly bet is no more than like 20, but $100? Take that money to Vegas, dude. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was that sure Cody was winning, so stupid me. Now, here's the thing.
$100.
Roman's gonna get his 1,000 days, whatever. If that comes up at Backlash, I believe, right? It's past Backlash.
Yeah, I believe so. He
Here's
has to
the
go
thing.
past Backlash.
We're also wondering like who's gonna beat Roman for the title and finally be, world champion. Thing is, Triple H just booked his way out of that with what he announced on SmackDown. The draft. Have the draft, strip Roman of the WWE title, bring it to Raw, Brock versus Cody at Backlash for the WWE Championship.
Why
1,000 days is King and Queen of the Ring. Okay. Either way, he can keep the Universal title till then, strip him of the WWE title, Brock versus Cody at Backlash.
Why
Again,
strip him?
Cody, the only reason Cody was in that match is because they didn't split the titles up sooner. And because Rock wasn't there. I want Cody to win, but, it is what it is. So, but I really think, because especially they have a new title belt ready to go. That was mentioned weeks ago. That's why everyone thought Cody was winning. Now, do I believe it's that Winged Eagle Cody version?
Well, if you trust the process and patience, I firmly stand behind JJ's theory on Cody getting it.
Yeah. Now, do I believe that belt that was floating around was legit? No, I don't. If Cody was bringing back a Winged Eagle, it would have not been a custom nightmare version of it. But I still think either way, Roman's getting stripped of one title, Brock versus Cody for the other at Backlash. I think that's the best way to go for it at this point. You can't beat Roman? Okay, beat Brock. I think that does it. So that's all I gotta say. Just now we're actually even though there's the dissension and damage control, like we're gonna get Io Sky versus Bianca for the title. Yes, please. And heel Trish. Yes, please. I legit bought her shirt the second she turned heel. What?
Go ahead, Jeff.
What?
Bandwagon hopping. I had a Trish shirt before it was cool to have a Trish shirt again. It's hanging right here, as a matter of fact. Anyway, those for the people that don't watch the other stuff on here, because why aren't you? JJ's theory is this. So again, wow, I have a Marty McFly thing going again. I hate that shit. It looks so stupid. Roman gets 1,000 days. King, Queen of the Ring. Whatever. Then so that's 1,000 days. Is King and Queen of the Ring. People, oh well, then he's gonna lose it right after that. 1,027 is the next person to pass. That being Pedro Morales. That milestone comes 2 Fridays, on a Friday, by the way, on SmackDown, before Money in the Bank. So I, as I said, firmly stand with JJ's theory, but I'm augmenting it a little bit because my thought process is he gets to surpass Pedro. They make a thing of it. And then Cody wins Money in the Bank. Comes out on Raw the next Monday because I think Money in the Bank's on a Saturday again. Comes out on Monday and goes, I could be sneaky. I could, do my thing. I can, just ambush Roman, but that's not the way I want to do this. I'm going to follow the lead of the man who endorsed me on my way in, John Cena. I'm calling my shot this Friday on SmackDown in Madison Square Garden.
Oh,
Hang on. When JJ talked about Cody cashing in after Money in the Bank, I said to myself, and I'm stealing that from Conrad, so I don't give a shit. When did this story that's supposedly going to be finished by Cody start? With Dusty, with that belt over his head on the turnbuckle at Madison Square Garden.
oh.
So SmackDown goes off the air on July 7th, my mother's birthday, with Cody Rhodes and that winged eagle over his head.
You know what? Scrap everything I just said. Do it. Damn it, JJ! Damn it, JJ, you fathermucker!
Zach, finish it off, and then we'll move on.
That's funny that you mentioned that Pedro Morales record. That day SmackDown is on that record. I will be there in Lafayette.
There you go. And yes, surpassing Hogan would be another year plus.
No, thank you.
So
No,
I don't
thank
think
you.
that's going to be a thing. But you figure if Roman gets there, he's in a group of four, which is kind of what Mount Rushmore is, I think.
Yes, it
With
is.
Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, and Hulk Hogan all time.
There you go.
That is mighty tall cotton to be walking through, as Ric Flair would say.
Indeed, it is.
Yes, sir, Zach.
Do you think this is just completely off the wall? Like I said in my monetize, whatever you want to call that rant. If you think there's a chance, a good 1,000% chance you get MJF, does Vince wait?
No, not
The
that long.
jump ship?
There's no way we wait till January 1st, 2024 at worst. No. I will play the song and do the stupid spastic walk. No chance. No
chance.
Nope. No way.
People are already getting tired of Roman's reign. They wanted it to be over at Mania.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I think that they are pushing their luck with the 1,000 days, to be honest. If they can make the story enough where it keeps everything interesting for the next couple months, then I think that's how they do it. Do it at SmackDown. Do it that way. I mean, yeah.
To piggyback off what you said, I will agree with Brock and Cody actually taking place at Backlash, but they give the proviso that whoever loses ends up carrying that stipulation with them, that they can't challenge Roman as long as he's champion. And then Cody loopholes it with the briefcase.
Ooh.
I like
That
that.
way, Brock can get his shit back. Like, nah, okay, I'm going to mess this guy up. And he challenges at Saudi Arabia.
Oh, God.
And loses again. And then we get rid of him for a bit. Again, definitively. Roman comes out. So, y'all tried to get Brock Lesnar on me again. I still whooped his ass. And then we get 2 more weeks of that, or another, whatever it is, another month or so of that. And then finally, Cody shuts him up after winning the briefcase. Because he'll come in on Raw and be like, Mr. Heyman's fond of legalities. Here's my legal loophole.
Here's my question, though.
Yes, sir.
Okay, finish it up, please. We got to move on.
Yeah, here's my question. Like you're saying, it's Money in the Bank 2 weeks after that. What comes after Money in the Bank? What's the next PLE? SummerSlam.
Yeah. So
what are you going to do for SummerSlam if you have the title change hands 2 weeks before SummerSlam? What's your main event going to be for SummerSlam?
Brock is no longer having to deal with Roman being champion and Cody is champion. So Cody versus Brock rematch at SummerSlam.
Okay.
Cody
I think Cody wins at Backlash either way, but
Zach got excited about that idea. Go ahead, Zach.
Cody versus Randy.
Oh,
Randy's a long shot still.
I like
He's
it.
still really beat up. Like, people have no idea how injured Randy is. He's fucked up really bad. So, yeah.
Apparently, so is Finn Balor.
Well, no.
Yeah,
Balor's got himself a good little nick in the head.
14
Yeah,
stitches.
he was injured going into Hell in a Cell.
Staples.
14 staples. Excuse me.
Yes.
But he's not career threatening ending injured. He's just dinged up.
He had a foot
Orton
injury going into Mania.
Randy Orton has facing the possibility of not coming back ever.
Yeah.
So
okay.
yeah,
So we'll see.
Randy's got the same thing that sidelined Edge, Austin, Saraya, etc., but worse.
Oof.
Yeah. Anyway, Mikey's right. We need to move on if we want to get the shit
Moving on.
So
All right, let's go on to America's pastime. Let's talk about baseball. Let's put up the rankings for baseball, and let's take a quick look at that if we have that ready.
it's the one graphic didn't load because piss on my name. Give me a second. Give me
a couple of stories coming out of Major League Baseball that I want to talk about. First up, Angel shortstop or third baseman Anthony Rendon got himself a 5-day suspension for a very unprofessional fan interaction. As you know, at baseball games, heckling takes place.
Really?
Yeah, especially near the outfield and the infield and all that. So there was a fan there. I don't remember where exactly it took place, and according to Anthony Rendon, he thought he heard a slur, a bad word, or whatever. This was not confirmed in the investigation. And so Anthony used some choice language, which he should not have done. And this is all on social media, so you can find the footage there.
Yeah.
But the thing that got him the suspension was he decided to grab the fan.
Oh,
Big no.
Yeah.
He almost took a swing at the fan too. He was asked about it subsequently. He couldn't talk about it, and the league decided to impose a 5-day suspension just after the start of the season. He's already served his time or served his game suspension, and he's back with the team.
Right.
Recently, last week, and I have Detroit Tigers catcher Jake Rogers. He was playing a game, and he went up to bat, and he hit a beautiful home run. I believe it was against the Braves. And as he's rounding first base, he gave the first baseman a California salute. And the cameras picked it up. Now, I don't think there was any negative things from the league or anything like that.
For those that lost Mikey's thing because it may have been choppy, he gave him the finger, is what he did.
Yeah, he did.
Because when you say California salute, it came out salute, so people might not have heard that. He gave him the finger.
Yeah.
So a couple of bad things happen in baseball, I mean, and this kind of also goes back. Zach had another rant to do about NCAA basketball. Oh boy, here we go. Go ahead, Zach.
Wait. We're not to basketball yet.
Yeah. We're not to basketball number one. We're still talking about baseball. I found the rankings. So
go ahead. Let's put those up then.
Let's stick to
fantasy stuff.
But also, I will mention that Rendon, who is a prolific baseball player, well known around the league, gets the shit he gets. Yet a certain golden boy in hockey levels another hockey player on an opposite team and doesn't even get a timeout. So there is that. It's very unfortunate that there's not that universal. If you do something this bad, you get this guy the punishment across all sports. Anyway,
right. Sure. There are the rankings. These are as of the 9th. They are not current because of today's or yesterday's games, but Tampa Bay is the number one team. They have started off their season perfect. They are currently 10-0, followed by the Brewers, the Yankees, the Pirates, and the Twins are in the top 5. Look at that, Dori Lou.
Georgia.
The Blue Jays and the Padres follow up, and then the Guardians. That's Josh's team right there, followed by the Diamondbacks.
Situation, I assure you.
The team that we have to root for, since we live in Tennessee, our closest one is the Braves.
Have to root for everybody, dude.
I still refuse to root for them.
They are 4 hours away, so they're the closest one. The Red
I'm
Sox.
still not rooting for them.
There you go. They're still stinging over the Freddie Freeman trade to LA last year. Ask any Braves fan about that. They're like,
well, so's Freddie.
Well,
so's Freddie, because his agent did him dirty in that process. So, you know.
The Red Sox and the Angels are 11th and 12th. The Angels are leading in the division again for the first time at the start of the season. Let's hope they stay there. Followed by the Rangers, the Dodgers, and the Mets, finishing up the left side of the column. The Cubbies are at the top of the right column, followed by the Reds, the Giants, the Orioles, and the White Sox. The trash shows are pretty much where they need to be. Followed by the Mariners, the Rockies, the Marlins, who I keep calling the Florida Marlins. I gotta focus on Miami. They are not the Florida Marlins anymore. The Cardinals, the Phillies, the Nationals, the Royals, who were actually swept by the Twins.
Woohoo!
Really loves that. The Tigers, who is Aaron's team. And, of course, that other team with an A on their hat, the Athletics. So there
A for Apple in Oakland. Yeah, exactly.
There you go. So there are your baseball power rankings. Yes, Dori Lou.
Go Guardians.
So former Astro slugger confirms cheating versus the Dodgers and Kershaw in the World Series.
No.
Somebody has finally come out and admitted it. I mean, we already all knew this, but a few highlights that. Hold on, let me get his name. Evan Gaddis. I apologize if I'm screwing up pronunciations. He admitted the Astros knew what Clayton Kershaw was throwing, presumably in Game 5 of the World Series. They got really good at deciphering signs when runners on base, even Evan from first and third, tipping pitches, etc. We were the best team on the planet at everything.
There you go.
Very good. The pitch clock seems to be working well as a few batters have been called as a strikeout, because remember, it's not always the pitcher that has to be ready. It has to be the batter that has to be ready as well. If the batter is not set and ready to swing when the clock reaches 8 seconds, that can be considered a strike. And also, if the pitcher throws to first base 3 times in one at bat, that will be considered I believe a balk, and the base runner will get to advance on that one.
Yep.
Brandon saying go Cubbies. I thought Brandon was a Tigers fan because he's from Michigan. I thought all Michigan fans were Tiger fans.
Wrong.
Yes, Zach. Go ahead, Zach.
Please refrain. Back to what you said about yourself. Please refrain from calling Miami, Florida. I do not want to have any more nightmares about Dontrell Willis, because that was bad. That was bad. That's like Randy Johnson. Oh
yeah. Let's not talk about Randy Johnson. Is he gonna join the Stat Boy shit list? Is that because let's face it, we all know Brady's at the top of that one, followed by Bill Belichick. Who else do we put on that list?
Why is Brady top of the list still?
What was that?
Why is Brady still at the top of the list?
Because he's Brady. He still exists.
No. Stephen A. Smith is on the top of the list.
That's fair too.
Oh, I've let that guy go. I'm done with him.
Oh, Roethlisberger's on mine.
Not adding anybody to the it list, but just another little positive from a well-known baseball legend. Cal Ripken Jr. will be here in Pigeon Forge on Friday, April 28th.
Nice.
Really?
He is going to be the Grand Marshal for the the Mountain Spring Parade, Music in the Mountains Spring Parade. It starts at 5:00 in Pigeon Forge, And he did the parade at also 22. In 2018, he replaced Dolly Parton as the Grand Marshal after she did it for 32 years.
Wow.
This is the first year this parade is coming back after COVID, or I'm sorry, the second year back after COVID.
Right.
Canceled the last two, the previous two.
All right. What's next, folks? What do you want to do the Masters, Dori?
Sure. That's just a real quick little blurb. My notes are not in order, so forgive. The Masters. So we've been, like I have previously stated, we're trying to add more sports into our sports bar. And just the results of the Masters, it was the 87th Masters, and for the men from Spain, and I'm really going to butcher Ram, R-A-H-M.
John Rahm.
Rahm, thank you. This is his second major tournament win, and he's the fourth man from Spain to actually win the Masters. Go, John.
Solid golfer. Great guy, too, from what I hear. So
He pushed.
Coveted green jacket for winning the Masters.
Poor
So,
Tiger.
you don't actually get to keep the green jacket?
I don't think so.
Not the one they give you on TV. That goes into the archives there at Augusta, but you do get one you get to take home. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, it's the green jacket he put on TV helped to I don't know how they did it, but the green jacket he was wearing on TV, he does not get to keep.
Right.
So
Yeah.
And Tiger didn't play.
Oh.
No, Tiger's career is kind of what it is at this point. I mean, he's
he's really
he's
not
hurt,
well. We'll leave it at that. I didn't even go through the stats because they were so bad.
Can we throw in the
I was
towel?
about to ask how he did, so
Don't ask.
gotcha.
It's
Throw in the what there, Zach?
Can we throw
Powell,
in
he said. Yeah, it's.
I don't like. I love Tiger so much, but I cannot watch the pain anymore.
I hear ya.
Oh,
And
I hear
do you
ya.
have tennis stuff, Dori Lou?
I do. So we have the Association of Tennis Professionals, the ATP. I've got the top 10 and the top women at this current stage.
There you go.
And ladies first. So our top women, basically, I'm going to give you their names and where they're from. Okay, because I'm still trying to sort out how to actually do this one. So why don't we start with number 10 from the Czech Republic. And again, I'm going to butcher names and I apologize. This is something I will continue to be working on. Number 10 from the Czech Republic is Petra Kvitova.
Very good.
Number 9 from Mikey's home country of Greece, or his mom's home country of Greece, is Maria Sakkari.
Very good. That was very well pronounced. And my fellow countrymen. All right.
I'm working on it, like I said. Number 8 is from Russia, Daria Kasatkina, I think.
Yeah.
Also from Russia, number 7, Elena Rybakina. Like I said, I'm butchering names, and again, I apologize. Number 6 is from right here in the good old US of A, Coco Gauff, Gauff.
Zach approved.
Number 5 comes from France, Caroline Garcia. Number 4 is from Tunisia.
Oh, wow.
So again, I apologize. It's Ons, O-N-S, Jabeur, Jabeur. Again, I apologize. I am trying. Number 3 is again from here in the USA, Jessica Pegula. Number 2 is from Belarus, Irina. I had this earlier. Hold on. Sabalenka. Irina Sabalenka. And number 1 for the women is from Poland, Iga, I think, Iga Swiatek.
Very good. Very good. Bravo.
That
All
was
right.
perfect.
That is our top 10 women. Thank you, Zach. Our top 10 men from, again, 10 to 1 from the USA, Taylor Fritz.
Uh-huh.
Number 9 from Denmark is Holgen Rune. Number 8 from Italy, is it Janik or Yannick? I'm not sure how to pronounce the J. Yannick. It's spelled sinner, but I'm not sure on the pronunciation since it's Italian. Okay, fair enough. From Canada, Alex Auger Aliasim.
Very good.
I'll get it out there sooner or later.
Yes, you
From
will.
Russia, and Andrei, that's what it looks like, Andrey, and Andrei Rublev. Also
Uh-huh.
from Russia, number 5, Daniel Medvedo. I might have a misspelling here. Number 3, Mike, you're going to have to help me with this one. From Greece, Stefanos Tsitsipas.
Very good. That is exactly how you say it.
Woohoo! I've learned something. We're living with a half Greek.
Excuse me. I'll say it. Opa.
Opa. Okay. From Norway, Casper Rund. From Spain. Oh, actually, those two are backwards. I forgot I had to fix the numbers. Stefanos is number 3, and Casper Rund from Norway is actually number 4. Okay, number 2 from Spain is Carlos Alcaraz, and number 1 is from Serbia. Novak. I'm going to butcher it. I'm sorry. It's Djokovic. Djokovic? Djokovic?
Dijakovic.
I don't know if we pronounce the D or not. But, hey, we tried.
The J is silent.
Well, no, because you figure there's a guy on WTV that's named Dijakovic, so I'm pretty sure that's how it's said.
Okay.
Djokovic.
That works for me. So there are your current top 10 in the Association of Tennis Pros for the men and women. It's something I will continue to work on. Thank you for your patience with me. And let's keep going. Oh, and Ryan said him and his wife just bought tennis rackets, and they're looking to go a few times to go this summer. So I know I've never been able to play racquetball or tennis. My hand-eye coordination with that stuff just is not good. So more power to you, Ryan. I hope you guys have a good time.
Right.
The last time I played tennis was in high school.
Yeah,
Only tennis I do is Wii tennis.
I played tennis with a freaking shuttlecock.
Exactly.
Or what do you call it? Ping pong, table tennis.
Table tennis, exactly. Let's switch gears literally and bring it on home and make a right turn and make a left turn and talk about what happened at it's Bristol, baby, and NASCAR. Christopher Bell in the number 20 car surprised everybody and took home the title there on the dirt track, followed by Tyler Reddick and Dory's boy Austin Dillon at third place. Austin actually won some stage points at Bristol. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. took 4th. Chase Briscoe is 5th. Justin Haley is 6th. Martin Truex Jr. is 7th. Todd Gillian is 8th. Kevin Harvick is 9th. And Ty Gibbs took 10th place. That win also boosted Christopher Bell into the number 1 spot overall, followed by Ross Chastain, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch actually was leading a lot in the top 3 for the majority of the race. Then he got taken out.
Yep.
Martin Truex Jr., which I believe Dory has a very nice little.
I have something very positive to share about Mr. Martin Truex Jr., but finish your list.
We'll get to that. Joey Logano. Oh, to Joey Logano. Yeah, boy. Let me tell you, when he got out of the race, Dory was almost doing backflips. I mean, because she's just anti-Logano here.
I was excited. And it was early in the race. I'm looking at my notes because I actually kept notes. Unfortunately, because of various things here at home, although we had the tickets and they were free tickets, keep that in mind, we were not able to make the drive out to Bristol. So the positives were we weren't outside, we were not being deafened, we were not cold, and we didn't have to pay exorbitant vendor prices for souvenirs or food or drinks.
So you weren't at WrestleMania then?
Exactly. All right. So I can't find it at the moment, but that's okay. So Martin Truex Jr., they do try to do a little thing at the beginning of the races, spotlighting a driver who's like really going beyond out in the community kind of thing, or at least on this particular race they did. And Martin Truex Jr. drives the number 19 Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing. And he founded in 2007 the Martin Truex Jr. Foundation. What this foundation does is it supports children with pediatric cancer. There's a holding company. He has a holding company that has a small aircraft fleet that actually does flies the organ transplants for these pediatric kids to have whatever transplant they need, because those organs have to be transplanted immediately. Boom. They have a time limit for them to still be viable to make those transplants possible. And this is something that he has become a big part of. And just because it was in my notes, I still have a lot of respect for the man, even though he's a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles and the Philadelphia Flyers. Okay.
And one quick note that I did find, sadly, NASCAR driver Cody Ware has been suspended indefinitely. I'll briefly touch about this because I want to keep the show going. But if you watched Open Mic Night on our first segment, we brought this up again, the whole guilty until innocent routine. Sadly, he has a domestic abuse allegation against him. The courts are handling it, but unfortunately, NASCAR has literally brought the hammer down, and he has been suspended indefinitely. Yes. I'm not happy about this. It's just a touchback on Monday. It's just one of those things where sports stars, get treated a little bit differently when serious allegations take place. Again, I don't want to drag the show down or anything like that.
Now, that doesn't mean his car is not going to be in the race for Bristol. Matt Crafton from he is actually one of the Truck Series racers. He actually drives the number 88 Thor Sport Racing for truck driving. For Bristol, at least, he substituted in for Cody Ware. I have not looked to see yet who is going to continue, if they're going to be bringing in regular substitutes or if there's going to be just one regular driver.
Yeah, I'm not sure they've announced that yet. So,
one funny thing that happened in the race, and this was almost more scientific for me. Of course, with the dirt track, they are slipping and sliding all over the place. Michael McDowell did a 360 twice on two
and made no contact with anyone.
No contact, no caution flag. I'm like, if that can be simulated safely, that sounds like fun. Right. To see the car just go completely around in a circle, not a scratch on him. My only other problem is, though, with the dirt track, they should treat the dirt like ice, like they do with the Zamboni, and put more dirt on the track that gets taken out. The dirt track is fun when you see cars sliding all over the place. Not so fun when they crash all over the place. And so the next race coming up is Martinsville. Go ahead, Dori Lou.
Yep, and they actually, and this is something a lot of us who watch NASCAR for the crashes, sorry, but it's true. We want that little bit of excitement, but we don't want to see some of the other things that happen. Some of the tragic stuff that can happen as well. There were 13 cautions There were no major
Yep.
crashes, but 13 cautions, and it was mostly for spin outs
Yep.
or making a little bit of contact in the wall. The last one was actually, Christopher Bell actually won under caution. They were just going into caution as he crossed the finish line, as he got the white flag or the
Yeah.
checkered
Yep.
flag, excuse me.
Yep.
But I never got much on what that accident was at the end, but it was in turn 4, coming out of it. Things happened, but nobody was hurt.
Yeah, it didn't. The accident was behind the leader, so it wouldn't have affected the finish either way, which is why they just kept on going. If it would affect the leader, they would have halted it, gone to caution, and done a green white checker.
Right. And just Kyle Larson apparently does not like driving on the dirt track. He wants them to get rid of it altogether.
No. That's not going to happen.
No,
I mean, I'm actually in agreement.
Well,
But that's
yeah, I was going to say I don't disagree with Kyle in that, as far as the Cup Series guys, like the Cup Series guys are, they're out there, battling for the points, like if the mud thing wants to be a ha-ha, like not a ha, but like a what do you call it, an attraction as opposed to the competition, then yeah, that's fine. I just think that NASCAR is what it is, and yes, they do have the street courses, but having that go in the mud, it's a little bit too much, at least for my fandom. And again, I have people in my own family that'll disagree with it, and people in my family that'll 100% agree with it. So,
Yeah.
I've never been. I love Bristol. I always have. It's just the dirt part of it's like, okay.
Yeah. All I gotta say is at least Blaney's still number 10. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Zach,
well,
if
and,
you wanted
and
to-
I'm laughing at Ryan's comment because yes, Kyle Larson, he's supposed to be a professional driver.
Well,
We drive every day on the streets, but I
okay.
can tell you the gravel driving I do when I take my neighbor or my coworker Taylor home. I'm off-roading.
Right.
In my Acura TL, I'm off-roading to take her home. So it's a different type of professional driving than your stunt drivers and your daily drivers and everything else. So I can understand it's not to everybody's taste.
No, there are certain tires and certain chassis on street cars that are made for mud purposes. These NASCAR Cup cars are not made for that shit.
No, they're not.
Not.
No, they're not.
Nor have they ever been, despite, we can make modifications. No, it's a whole other animal.
Yep.
So, Zach, really quick, you wanted to talk about the other news in NASCAR before we move on to hockey. But like I said, keep it brief.
Okay, go ahead, Zach.
Oh, yeah.
You get celebrities, at these events, they've had all these WWE stars and whatever. No, it's a celebrity fest, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
But Tim Tebow got on the stage and started preaching.
Yep.
He, what?
Well, to his defense, it was Easter Sunday.
Yes,
I was gonna say.
I know, but Tim Tebow, a preacher? Yeah, okay.
they
Why
do a
not?
prayer before every race, so
Yes,
it's
they
not
do.
surprising to me.
Yeah, they do the invocation before every NASCAR race. It's just, and Tim is notorious for his beliefs. So I don't see a what the heck with it, honestly.
Yeah, same.
Me neither, bro. I mean, it's like it was Easter Sunday. It makes sense to preach on Easter Sunday. That's one of the.
Well,
Yes,
hang on. Before we all dump on Zach, just hang tight a second. I think the invocation on Easter Sunday is like, okay, that's appropriate. Tebow kind of went over the usual norm, and that's where Zach's coming from. From Tebow, it makes complete sense because he's always been a little bit much when he talks about his beliefs in
he went overboard with God.
Right.
NASCAR.
Right, exactly.
It's a compliment in heaven, and
Yeah,
it went off the rails.
Yeah, he very much went off the rails, and that's what, and I think that's what you're trying to say, and everybody else is kind of it's like no. It's not that he was the fact that he was talking about on Easter, because you give the invocation on Easter or any other random Sunday they're driving or Saturday they're driving, like whatever.
Right.
But yeah, Tim Tim decided to get into it, if you will, people. Get the whole, a little ape shit. So
If I may, was it
Yes.
worse than Flair inducting Muda?
You know what? People are shitting on Nate for that. I had a problem with it. I really didn't.
I didn't either. I know people did. I didn't know how this crowd was with that. So that's why I just thrown that.
Well, I mean, it's a freaking Bristol Southern NASCAR crowd. They're not going to, come down on the boy too hard for it at the end of the day.
Exactly. Yeah.
I had
And
no
remember,
problem with Flair.
We may
Flair's
not
doing
be
the speech
deep in
for
the Bible
Muda.
Belt.
Yeah. Flair's doing the speech for Muda in LA after already having 2 days of wrestling going down in the area, after a SmackDown, after somebody. It was a number of things that led up to, okay, Nate, thanks. Get the hook. That's the difference.
Exactly.
It was a long. Trust me, I'm still convinced that I got COVID from just wearing myself out and my reserves and my immunity is going down because I was going hard since freaking St. Patrick's Day. No, I didn't drink. I was at work, assholes. It was I was just pooped, and my body went, "Yeah, we're gonna take a time out, however we can." So
maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. I'm just hoping it's just an allergy. Anyway, let's talk about ice hockey and let's see what's going on with the power rankings on that. And also, this is also going to be our playoff preview. So the teams on the left column have all clinched. Of course, the Bruins are still the number one team. They've got the most points, followed by the Hurricanes, the Devils, the Knights, the Rangers, the Maple Leafs, the Oilers, the Avalanche, the Stars. Say it, Dori.
Go Wild.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Kings are in, baby.
The Kraken, which is the surprising team for me, and
hell of a sophomore turnaround from that abysmal freshman year. Absolutely.
The teams in the center: the Jets, the Panthers, the Islanders, the Penguins, the Predators, and the Sabres are still in. As of this morning, the Flames got eliminated because this list was sent late Monday night going into Tuesday morning because I had to go to work.
Right.
So the Flames are out.
Okay, bye.
On the right side of course, all the teams that have been eliminated: the Senators, the Blues, the Red Wings, the Canucks, the Capitals, the Flyers, the Coyotes, the Canadiens, the Sharks, the Ducks, the Blackhawks, and the Blue Jackets. They are trying to try and secure the number one draft pick or try and become the number one draft pick for next year's draft. The lowest ranking team gets the most ping pong balls for the NHL draft. The Buffalo Sabres, I believe, have the best chance of getting in because they still have 3 games in hand. Also, with the playoffs coming up, this also is going to set up our playoffs in fantasy hockey. So I'll quickly touch on that. I'll give you guys the quick rundown as how's it go. This is for Dori Lou, for Zach, for myself, and for Renegade. So we've been playing all season. We've all been scoring our points. Dori Lou is ranked highest out of our little group here. She is ranked 4th. Zach, I believe, is ranked 3rd or 2nd. I'm at the bottom of the barrel. I'm toast so far in that. Renegade is battling our friend Nathan for the 5th and 6th spot. That race is going to come down to the wire. So wherever the standings have been is more than likely where they're going to end up, minus Nathan and JJ. So what's going to happen after the last day, which is Friday, we'll send out the final points totals, and we'll all be ranked 1 through 8. The number one team, which currently is Emmanuel, will choose one of the 16 teams to represent them in the first round of the playoffs. And we'll go down the line, 1 through 8, top to bottom. So he'll make his pick, Zach will make his pick, Dori Lou will make her pick, and I pick down at the bottom. Renegade will pick Renegade will pick before me. He's going to finish before me as well. Like I said, if it wasn't for our friend Sean being the 8th team, I'd be dead last in my own league. Let that sink in for a second.
It's not the first time.
I will say this. I am not worried because the Kings are in, whatever, but they are not in charge of their own destiny.
No, they are not.
Seattle's got to have a shitty week, and unfortunately, we're playing the Ducks last game of the year in Anaheim.
Go Kings, go! I said it.
I know you did, and I appreciate it to a point.
So can your Ducks center behave himself?
Probably not.
Ryan Strome?
I don't think Mikey knows what you're talking about on his own team.
Probably
what
not.
did I miss about Ryan Strome? What happened? Oh, the $5,000 fine.
Unsportsmanlike conduct at the end of Sunday's game against the Avalanche.
It's a good thing
he
he's
was
not on my
punished for his
team. I would've
actions
booted
at the
him.
4:15 mark of overtime.
Oh well, it happened in overtime. Oh well, he just couldn't. Like I said, I'm glad I have him on my team because I would have booted him just like I booted Zegras and Gibson earlier in the season. Anyway,
That's okay because you know what? McKinnon got the game-winning goal, and McKinnon is on my team, my fantasy team.
And McKinnon is on one, man. He's racking up points, so good for him.
Yep.
Well, unfortunately, your forward Joel Eriksson Ek is out with a broken leg because when he took a hockey puck to it.
Yeah, I saw that. So
yeah, that does suck.
I did read that right now. The Wild are not playing my normal starters.
No.
In anticipation of playoffs.
Right, which makes they're in. So they gotta stay healthy.
Gotta keep them healthy for that.
After we declare which team we want, we will then pick our players. Thank you, Ryan. Well said.
Yes, thank you, Ryan.
The goalies are locked in. The goalies are guaranteed. All you have to do is declare which one you want to be your primary and which one you want to be your backup. Once you make that decision, that is locked in for the entire first round. So let's use the Wild as a example. Let's say it's Fleury and it's Gustafsson. Dori will declare which one she wants to be her primary goalie and which one wants to be her backup goalie. Now, if Fleury starts and Fleury is her primary goalie, she'll get full points no matter what. Goalie score will be locked in. Those points can't be touched, taken away. If Gustafsson comes in, it's the backup goalie. She'll still get points. They'll be halved. So that's how they will be guaranteed. That's as simple as I can make it. That way you're guaranteed to get stuff. Then we'll each pick 8 remaining players, 2 from each position. 2 left wings, 2 right wings, 2 defensemen, 2 centers. Out of those 8, you'll declare which 5 start, and your goalie is 6. They'll play. The other 3 that are benched, when they come into the game, and if they score points, those points are halved as well. Because you bench them, they're not a full starting play. Then the series will go on, and at the end of the playoffs, all the points will be evened to 7. So if your team sweeps and they're resting, I'll take the average number of points from each game, multiply it by how many games they would have played, and that's your final score in the playoffs only. Then, when the second round plays, there's 8 teams left and 8 teams of us. And now it's cutthroat. Now it's team versus team. We go all the way down to the Stanley Cup Finals until there's 2 of us. The winner of that tournament is the overall fantasy champion for 2022-2023. The points will not matter with the regular season. It's kind of like a reset. So Emmanuel's got the regular season President's Cup locked in. The guy scored 1,800 points in a season. But now everything starts fresh. There you go. Wow, that was actually quite well. Who do we want to see win the Stanley Cup playoffs? Dori Lou, go first.
You really have to ask? The Wild, of course. I'll take the Kings as a secondary. I've said it many times. The Kings, the Los Angeles Kings, is the only California sports team, period, that I root for.
It's also the only team in California still in the playoffs. Anyway, because the Sharks can suck it from the back, and Anaheim could, but they've already been doing that all season anyway. So there is that.
Zach, who do you got?
Hold on. Wait, Jeff, did you forget about the Lakers? But that's a different subject.
We will be talking about
basketball. Hey, hold on there. If we're going to throw shade, let's make sure we actually get the shades up and I can actually toss it back. Number one, I don't watch basketball. So I can give a shit about the Lakers, the Clippers, the Bulls, the Wizards, any of these damn teams. I don't care. But, yeah, just remember, the Lakers, the Clippers, for now, until they move, the Sparks, and everybody else, they pay us rent. It's our house, bitches. Anyway.
Who you got, Zach?
To go off of fantasy, just fantasy purposes alone, I hope that the Avalanche win. What?
No, you know what, though? I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I mean, personally, as a fan, I have a huge problem with the Avalanche because I never did like those guys. But it's one of the, and I realize I'm off camera here because I'm trying to get this shit done for the next show, so I apologize. But yeah, that too. It's just one of those. They've been so good, and they're very likely to repeat as champions. So I don't have a problem with them repeating. I just, my top choice is the Kings, and it always will be until they're out of the playoffs, and then I sit back and watch the calamities.
Josh, I know you're not a hockey guy, but do you want to make a pick just for fun?
I mean, don't I sort of have to go with the Kings by default?
No, you can make you don't have to go with Kings.
You can disagree with the producer. He's a friendly guy.
Yes, but I also want to continue being on his show, so.
Well, okay. Well, here. I'll tell you what. You're in Ohio, so you can go with Columbus. Oh, you can go with. Here you go. You can go with
pretty badly.
You can go with You can go with Mrs. No DQ bosses. Oh, that's right. They're out too. You can go with Mikey's. Oh, that's right too.
Hey,
my team's
out
too.
You know what? You're in Ohio. You're close to Canada. Take Toronto or who's the other one?
Edmonton.
Well, thank you.
Toronto. Don't pick Edmonton, please. I will kick you off the show if you pick Edmonton. I will do that.
I'll pick Toronto for Edge, I guess.
There we go.
There you go.
Well, what's funny about Edge is he's actually a Devils fan, so there is that.
Yeah.
I mean, Calgary's just in the 100. I would have gone with them for Brett, but
well, Calgary's out now too, as of today.
They got out.
Oh.
All right, let's move on to the next sport, and then.
Oh yeah, I forgot we have more stuff in it.
Let's play a little basketball.
I have no graphic for that, so go ahead.
I know, Dori.
That's okay because I didn't get anything together for graphics, so I'm going to take over for a few minutes. Sit back and breathe, stat boy.
I'm playing.
All right, we're going to jump in here real quick. Just a wrap up from the NCAA championship games for both the men and women. For the men, it was San Diego State Aztecs against University of Connecticut. And, well, San Diego State, it's California. What do you think happened? They lost. They lost 76-54. And the women was Iowa at LSU. And go Lady Tigers. LSU took that one 102-85. Congrats to our college champs. We look forward to whoever is putting in for the NBA draft and see what happens with that. Now we'll go ahead and jump down to the NBA or jump over, whichever. So there, getting close to playoffs. I have some of the expert picks and who they think are going to win in each of these. First, we have our playing games for the East is Atlanta Hawks versus the Miami Heat. And that game is tomorrow. And the experts are saying Miami is going to take this one over Atlanta. We also have for the East, Chicago Bulls at the Toronto Raptors. And again, the experts are picking the Raptors over the Bulls. Whoever wins will have to play the loser for those games to go on to the playoffs, determine their playoff berths, if I'm understanding correctly.
Yep.
I haven't done basketball in a long time, so I'm working on it, guys. Now for the West play-ins, woohoo. This is the one that if Jeff was a basketball fan, we might have to fight here a little bit.
Tonight, baby.
Because you've got my beautiful Minnesota Timberwolves. I am so excited that they've made it this far versus the LA Lakers. However, the experts are picking the Lakers to win. I'd love to see the upset. I would really like to see this upset because I may not follow basketball much, but damn it, they're the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I'm a Minnesota fan, period. Let's go Wolves.
I want to see the upset, too. I'm so sick of LeBron and the hype train. It needs to freaking derail already.
I will agree with that one. I will totally agree with that one. All right. The other playing game in the West is the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the New Orleans Pelicans. And the experts are calling the Pelicans to win that one. Zach is saying no. No? Why no?
Zion won't be back. Our best bench player off the bench, Jose Alvarado, almost dislocated his hip.
Ooh.
He is out. It's not going to agree. Okay, Giannis.
Damn
Okay,
right. I got to go with my countryman on this one.
Okay, Giannis.
Damn right.
Hey, Mike, not to go backwards, but I never told you this about my NHL team. I waited the entire season because I knew we weren't going to make the playoffs. But I'm a Red Wing fan.
Get the hell out of my sports bar.
Good night, fellas.
No, don't leave.
You're a Detroit fan?
Unfortunately.
Okay, Aaron. He can commiserate with you.
I used to give the Wings a lot of hate, but then they moved conferences, so I don't want to care anymore.
I hear that. Okay, continuing with the NBA. Your first round of playoffs in the East is Brooklyn Nets at the Philadelphia Flyers. And they're kind of split on this. No.
76ers.
Oh, that is my writing, isn't it? 76ers. I can't read my own handwriting today. Sorry about that, guys. Flyers are the hockey team. I know this. So the Philadelphia 76ers. The experts are saying the 76ers are going to take it in 5 games. Next for the first round East is New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Woo!
And they're pretty split on this one. One of them is going to take it in 7, but more experts chose the Cavaliers to take this one than the Knicks.
Smart choice.
First round for the West, the defending champions, the Golden State Warriors at the Sacramento Kings. Again, they're split 6 or 7 games for one of them to take it, but the greater picks are with the Golden State Warriors to continue defending. Then we've got the LA Clippers and the Phoenix Suns. And the experts are saying the Phoenix Suns are going to take it in 6 or 7 games. They're not even looking at the Clippers. And that's what I have at the moment for your NBA.
Well said. All right, friends, as we're getting closer to wrapping up, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the sports bar, and that is good old-fashioned football. We've been covering the XFL all season. We're getting closer and closer to the end of the season. They are finishing up and going into week 9. There are the rankings. The Defenders and the Roughnecks have clinched in the North and South divisions. The playoff structure is the top 2 in the North will play against each other. The top 2 will play in the South against each other. Then those 2 play in the XFL championship game. Can you go back to the other graphic, please, Jeff, so I can read off the rest of the teams? Thank you. St. Louis is 6-2. Seattle is 5-3. Arlington is 4-4. San Antonio at 2-6 for some reason is still in.
That's
Vegas,
because
Orlando.
Orlando was 1-7.
I was gonna say that's because Vegas and Orlando suck so much worse.
So Vegas and Orlando got the boot, and by the end of this week, perhaps we'll have the division title set up. Also, the USF starting up this weekend. I'm still debating on whether to cover that. I've got a lot of homework to do on that and a short time to do it in. But we're
going to cover it.
I do know that USFL is starting up soon. One final topic in football, and then we will be done. We can do weekly positivity and plugs. Josh, I believe you had something to say on this. OBJ. Or OJD or whatever he's called. I don't know.
OBJ has signed with the Baltimore Ravens. Talk about a way to not make my Easter fun.
Right.
That was not a fun announcement to have yesterday. I messaged Greg, or 2 days ago, I messaged Greg and just like, dang it. Like, we did not need that. Like, yes, we're probably still going to be losing Lamar Jackson, so it's not like OBJ is going to have anyone actually good throwing to him either way. So it's like you spend all that money on OBJ, but not actually pay your quarterback what he's worth. Because we did that.
Yeah, this is Baltimore doing Baltimore things. It is what it is.
Yes, when you can get Greg to say thank you to the Browns for screwing over the Ravens, we did good.
Exactly.
You paid a massage enthusiast. You don't get credit for that.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
We paid him a record contract, even though I didn't want him anyways, but they paid him a record contract, which is making all the other quarterbacks want that, especially Lamar, and he's not getting it because they don't want to pay him that. And so we're screwing Lamar and the Ravens by giving Watson what he got. So,
all right.
There you go.
Dori, positive message. Love of God, please.
Yes.
Positive.
Lordy.
Oh, I have tons of positivity here, but that's what I do. I'm positive. We got to share that positivity out in the world because there's just so much going on. And we just need to remember, a lot of things. Try to smile even through the toughest time because you don't know what the person next to you may be going through, and it could be going through harder times than you. It's nobody's place to judge who's got things who's doing worse than somebody else, or whose emergency is more important than somebody else's. We just need to be positive and looking out for each other. But I have and I found this one on a Facebook post, and I don't know the original quoter, the original person who said it, but it's very, very, very much the treat people the way you want to be treated. So show respect even to people who don't deserve it, not as a reflection of their character, but as a reflection of yours.
That's right.
If you want respect, you got to give respect.
Absolutely.
Well said, indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this sports bar for the week. I'm very happy that everyone was here to talk sports, wrestling, and sports. Let's go ahead and get out our plugs. What's going on this week? Josh, you go first.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sports fans of all ages, you can follow me, the Cleveland Combatant, on what? On Twitter at CatholicJosh122, Instagram at MalloMangram, and you can see me once in a while on No DQ, of course. Once in a while I'll be writing articles. I really need to get back to that, but I've been so flippin' darn busy lately. And you, of course, can see me across the Jeff Meacham multiverse of media on multiple shows. So, thank you.
Accurate.
And fuck Bill Belichick.
Always. Zach.
Well, as always, thank you for having me on. Follow me on Twitter at Fluffy Madden God. Join us soon, where we're going to do a special episode of Stat Boy Sports Bar that we're going to talk about soon once we discuss all the details. But, not to piggyback off of what you said, but fuck Stephen A. Smith.
All right. So we're just we're oh, there we go. Well, we appreciate the $1 from.
Hey, it's our very first super chat ever.
Is it really?
Thank you, Ryan.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
$1. Thank you, Ryan. Well done.
There we go.
We acknowledge you, Ryan.
With
Thank
$1.
you so much.
That's right.
Kick ass. $1.
Good
All
stuff.
right.
All right. Let's go into where are we at here. So first of all, the barkeeps, which is not that one.
Follow
There we are.
Dori Lou and I on Twitter at Hathaway Lou and at LB Stat Kid 1977. If you want to drop us a line and let us know what you want us to cover on the show, please do so, and we will answer. We got some more news about Heroes and Legends 19 coming up on May 13th at the Evergreen Smoky Mountain Lodge and Convention Center, featuring the King of the Mountain match. Dory's got the info on this one. Go for it, Dori.
So I follow the gentleman who runs Heroes and Legends Wrestling. His name is Jason. Very nice guy. He's also a wrestler. And they've recently been contacted by a group out here called Wildfell Wolves. And Wildfell Wolves is going to be making an appearance during FanFest for photo ops with some live wolves, tamed live wolves, as well as, if I'm remembering my owls correctly, a very beautiful eagle owl that you can actually get up close and personal with them and do photos with them. They just a quick reminder that let's see. Yep, Saturday, May 13th in Pigeon Forge with our good friend Sam Knight. I'm looking forward to seeing him and the family. The Fan Fest begins at 11 a.m. and Legends Butterbean and Greg the Hammer Valentine are part of the crew that are going to be there for a Fan Fest. And the bell rings at 7 p.m. Come out and see us. We'll be there all day.
I like the idea of actually taking a picture with a wolf. Renegade and Natalie took a picture with a tiger cub a few years back. So
I was going to say, Natalie's maternal grandmother will get a kick out of the wolf thing, so that'll be cool.
Absolutely, indeed.
All right, and by the way, Ryan, your $1 super chat was most definitely
Stat Boy approved.
Absolutely. There you go. Okay. And we're following them again because I can't keep clicking shit. Okay. All right. Of course, you can follow the channel you're watching right now. If you're watching this, you're already following that. But just in case, the Renegade JJ Williams on Instagram, Cassidy Studios right here on YouTube and Twitter over at ROWJJ Williams. And you can catch the classic content contained on Throwback Thursday from my channel, from the Casa channel, and from the No DQ channel, as well as Noah and James's channels every Thursday over at the Casa Studios. And you can check out our buddy Greg Cherry on the Greg Cherry brand, and for at least the next 2 weeks here on the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media, which again is not the Casa, so I don't know why I'm plugging that right now because my brain's tired. I'm exhausted already. And coming up next, or not next, but after NXT tonight, as has been advertised, the State of the Multiverse Address. That is tonight, 10:05 Eastern, immediately following NXT. So stay tuned for that tonight coming up across the Multiverse of Media.
Next week's show. She's in charge. Dori Lou's in charge. I got the call to go back to work again. I should have messaged everybody and given a little bit more, but there you go. Next week it'll be Dori Lou's Sports Bar. So whatever she says goes. Just like she's done it once before, she can do it again. I have great faith in her. Leaps and bounds. She proves it every week with her homework assignments and her notes and her stats. So next week it's her Sports Bar. All right. Next week, also, of course, the NHL playoffs will be in full swing, along with more baseball. The USFL kicks off. More wrestling news, of course. Follow everybody. Thank you, everybody. I love you all. We'll see you next time. Stat Boy out.